But this is the thing, people. Some people are going to be replaced in your life. Some people are going to be joined to your life in regards to your purpose. But still don't put your trust in man. David didn't trust his people. He trusted God. Read Psalms. David didn't trust nobody for real. He didn't. He was just favored by God. And the thing is, you ain't got to trust people when you got God. It's like the world wants you to have friends. Nah. That's why I believe he took Jonathan from him. He didn't want Jonathan to be like his right-hand man forever. He want to be David's right-hand man. He want to be your right-hand man. Your right-hand God. You know, I told part of my testimony over the weekend, and I'm not finished yet. I don't know what God want me to tell the rest of it. But I'm not finished yet. I found God. Go back to battle. You got to think about it. That's exactly what happened with David and with many other men and women that are called by God. A lot of people think we called by God to wait on that big White House with the picket fence to come. That new Benz. That big apartment in New York. That's what everybody think giving your life over to God does. Now you get to go to trips all overseas on the backs of people with their money. Some of you doing missionary work while the people in your congregation sit there and starve and, man, oh, don't even let me get started on this. What about them? You don't think they got a purpose too? All that money they're giving for you to take jets overseas and stuff. That's why I'm getting to the point where I'm never going to follow man in a spiritual sense. The world is very deceitful. But I'm going to respect whom God say respect. But think about how many people, we're supposed to love our neighbor as ourselves, so we're supposed to respect and honor everybody in reality. But you know what I'm saying, the hierarchy. Think about that man that called himself the man of God that promised a flood on the 25th of December. And nothing happened. There's a lot of fake people out there. You got to be careful who you honor. But as far as this presidency we got, he is president. It is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Wait it out. You got 3 more years left. It's all you can do. You can try to fight it. But as I was saying, though, when I found God, man, I still found out I had no friends. Everybody I thought was my friend, they was just my friends for what I could provide for them. I didn't have people that just came around for conversation. And another thing I didn't say, God took alcohol and everything away from me. You see, I could no longer provide that to them. And I believe God didn't intend for me to stay drunk, stop drinking. A lot of people are like, well, why did you start back? He wanted to show me something. You see, you're the man, Houston, when you got the weed, when you got the alcohol, when you got the beer, when you got all this stuff, when you send it out, you're the man now. Watch what happens when I start taking all this stuff away from you. Watch who your friends be then. You understand? And guess what? When God starts raising some of you up financially, watch how many people want to be your friend again. And watch how many people you thought were your friends start hating on you. That's the world we live in. But don't be like them. Be more like David, a man after God's own heart. Yes, you're supposed to keep yourself from idols. But David was more like Jesus. But in human form, you know, in reality, there's nobody alive that can truly martyr themselves after Jesus. We can't even relate to God. We can't. Somebody that can do everything perfectly, there's no way. But we can relate to somebody like David. We can relate to somebody like Samson. We can relate to somebody like Paul. But God don't want us to be like them. God wants us to be like him. But we can look and try to piece together what a good person would be. And a good person make mistakes. A righteous person make mistakes too. The Bible said nobody's good but God, so we're all evil and wretched. But you know, in this world, man, there's some evil people in this world. And there are some good people in this world. It is what it is. You know what I mean. It's kind of confusing what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. You know, some people, they just, let's put it this way. When I learned to just stop clicking up, like, you know, you start working at a job, you always find certain people you flock to. But as I'm something I've learned over time, since I don't really want to have a bunch of friends, I switch up. Like a lot of jobs before I got to here, like I don't care who I work with. I want to get to know everyone. So I won't be the type to take sides or take a clique. Love everybody. You know, like, you know, certain people, they go to work, they want to hang on to with this one person. No, I don't think that's how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to click up. And I wonder why, I see now why jobs don't like cliques. I see now. A lot of things make sense as you grow in Christ. Things that didn't make sense before. And you wonder to yourself like, wow, I see. And then, like I said, when I got fired one time, because they told me to do one thing, and then when I did it, like, why you over here? I'm like, y'all said if I'm finished my work, go do this. All right, then. You know, I kind of said in these words. This after I found God, I kind of went off on them. You know, they fired me, right? So I take my stuff, I go. I'm like, man. So probably about a few weeks later, God put in my mind, go apologize to him. This was later after I found God. You know, and I went and apologized. And he was like, you know, I told some of your friends to tell you to come back. You got your job. You got your job back. You know, I have been gone from this job for a while. And during that process, like I said, I had found God in a time period. And God told me to go and apologize to the boss man because of the way I left. I was angry. I was bitter. And to come to find out that the people I worked with knew I had a job again, didn't even tell me. And I talked to them on the phone and everything. That's crazy, ain't it? But that's the world we live in. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. They said the Bible says even guard your mouth from the one that lies at your bosom. You can't tell everybody everything. You can't confide in everybody with everything. The only person you can confide in with everything is God. I don't care if it's your wife. Wives think they're supposed to know everything that a man thinks. A man is not even stupid enough to even think that. I'm supposed to know exactly what you're thinking of, woman. You're supposed to tell me everything that crosses your mind. I don't want to know everything that crosses somebody else's mind. Why would you want to do that? That's women, though. I want to know everything. Why? Some stuff you don't want to know. I watched a video. He said the husband ruined the whole trip because the wife was like, what are you thinking right now? And she said, I thought he was going to come up with some kind of, you know, lovely thing. He was like, I didn't know pigs were so big up close. Man, no matter what, tell her what a man thinks sometimes. But you ain't trying to, if God has a purpose for you, and he does, it's not about people. All things work together for those who believe, who love God, who are called according to his purpose. There's going to be some good stuff that happen. There's going to be some bad stuff that happen to get you where you need to be. Let me pause one more time.